Boom shakalaka, how much will 10,000 Kaspa coins be worth at the end of 2025 alt season? And more importantly, how many KAS do you need to be a millionaire? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what 10,000 Kaspa coins will be at the all-time high alt season price in 2025. And more importantly, how many KAS you need to be a millionaire. Before we get into it, guys, smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos since 2017. Now, why are we making this video today? Well, it appears that we are upon the very beginning of alt season. Now, it may not feel like that with the market going sideways or down a little bit, or however it's going in the short term. But every indicator that we have is screaming that alt season is beginning. For example, if we take a look at this resistance of Bitcoin dominance, generally when it hits the resistance, there's two nice big 6-month candles of alt season. Also, this generally happens about 7 bars between. So history tells us that tomorrow, or basically the 1st of January, 2nd of January, was the beginning of alt season. Also, when we see Bitcoin hitting this EMA Bollinger Bands line here in green, which it is playing with right now, every time it has hit this previously, altcoins have gone on a steep 6-month run. So there's 2 charts suggesting alt season is beginning. Also, if we take a look at the altcoin market cap, we have a crossing right here of the WMA and SMA cross that both times previously led to significant altcoin gains where altcoins outperformed Bitcoin from that moment on. Guess what? Bullish cross happening once again right here. And if you need one more indicator screaming alt season, how about this? The 2-month crypto total market cap excluding the top 10 just flipped bullish on the super trend last 2 times this occurred. You guessed it, alt season. Now, why am I particularly excited about this alt season? Well, if you take a look at this little fractal chart right here, and maybe you don't believe in fractals, but I believe in fractals because they look cool when you look them up and watch little fractal videos on YouTube. But could this apply to alt season right here? Well, if we take a look, we have this first small little fractal. Price gets knocked down, consolidation, breakout, retest, and then pretty big alt season. I mean, I remember that. I was around in 2017. There was a frenzy. If you were here last cycle, there was a frenzy in 2017. Now, we had last cycle, but we got wicked off right there. But if you take a look, this is a much larger fractal. Whereas this only took 1 cycle, 1 halving. This has actually taken 2 halvings, but it's the exact same fractal. Take a look at this. Price gets hammered down, consolidation, breakout, retest. And guess where we are right now? That moment just before launch, going into a massive alt season. Now, follow me on this. If this is a small fractal with a pretty big alt season, this is a huge fractal with, you would guess, an even bigger alt season. So that being said, what coins are worth taking a look at? How about ones like this? Now, this is from a year ago, February 2024, but Giovanni Powerlaw saying that Kaspa so far is the only crypto besides Bitcoin, Bitcoin's down here on the bottom, that follows a Powerlaw. Now, he is wrong. What he should have said is Kaspa is the only legitimate crypto that follows a power law, because if you guys do follow me back to 2017, you might remember BitConnect, and that 100% followed a power law. But Kaspa being the only legitimate cryptocurrency, and you're saying, but this is from a year ago. Well, here is an updated chart still following the power law. Just barely. It is at the very bottom right now, which, reversion to the mean. You might believe price might come back up there in the near future. And should it follow a power law, I mean, this is the power law, just not log time. This is just regular time and regular price. Well, based on this, extrapolate out for 5 years or so, the very bottom for Kaspa could potentially be $5 in 5 years or something like that. Right now, it's definitely not $5. Now, for those of you who don't know what Kaspa is, the fastest open source decentralized fully scalable layer 1 in the world's first block DAG digital ledger enabling powerful blocks and instant transaction confirmation built on a robust proof of work engine with rapid single block intervals built by industry pioneers, led by people, and definitely a mouthful That's not what she said. Gosh. Well, anyways. Now, if we continue, Kaspa, open source, layer 1, block DAG, whole bunch of stuff going on for Kaspa. And you can find out a whole bunch more. You can visualize the block DAG right here. Pretty cool little thing. Everything about Kaspa at a glance. Technically speaking, latest wallets, everything, key features, instant confirmations, security, proof of work, scalability, faster transactions, blah, 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 blah. Available on a whole bunch of exchanges. And all of this news, you can join the community, of course. So definitely not a new project. Now, if we take a look today, Kaspa on CoinMarketCap, number 45 at 11 cents. Total market cap, $2.92 billion. Daily volume, $125 million. Now you can see, price was going up pretty sharp and then kind of came down steeply. Found a bottom recently of 10 cents and now has come back up. Now we're at 11 cents, all-time high, 20 some cents right there. And if we take a look at the chart, this is on the log scale, so you can see some of that power law thing. You can see that it very specifically, now this isn't log time as well. This is log price, but not log time. So it's not log power law. But you can see that it did follow this trend line for quite a while, up until roughly March of 2024, this year, when it kind of broke through. Has been in sideways consolidation for a long time, since November of 2023. Pretty much sideways consolidation on the log scale of price, not log scale of time. So, could it continue? Is it towards the bottom end of this consolidation area? Yeah, absolutely. The top end of this consolidation area, 20 cents. That's already a doubling of what Kaspa could do. Now, the only thing we wouldn't want to see happen is this right here. If that indeed forms a head and shoulders formation, that would push price down to potentially roughly 3 or 4 cents. Now, barring that happening, let's take a look at some potential price scenarios for Kaspa. So, like I said, had you have bought back in June of 2023, it was only 1 penny per KAS, or Kaspa coin, however you want to call them. Now, went all the way up to 20 cents in August of 2024, which is the all-time high, you would have 20x'd your investment. Meaning that had you put $50,000 into Kaspa in June of 2023, a little over a year later, you could have been a millionaire because you would have bought 5 million Kaspa. You could have sold them. You could have been a millionaire. You could have retired to Ibiza, blown all your money, and been back to working in McDonald's within a couple months. So why didn't you do that? What's wrong with you? Now, if we take a look today, we mentioned today, prices come back down to 11 cents. That means that if you were to invest about $1,100 today, you could get 10,000 KAS. Now, granted, it's not 5 million, but, you know, what they say, the best time to buy real estate is 10 years ago. The second best time is today. And I'm not sure if they're saying that just to get you to buy more real estate, but I'm sure it applies to Kaspa as well. So let's go on to a couple scenarios. Now, Kaspa does mention it uses this block DAG technology, a cyclic graph, directed acyclic graph, whichever it is. But it's not the first coin to use that type of technology. As a matter of fact, there was another coin very popular in 2017 called IOTA. You might have heard one IOTA about it, or maybe you didn't. Pun intended, clearly. Now, IOTA back in 2017, which was 2 alt seasons ago, 2 entire cycles ago, had a market cap of $14 billion. Kaspa right now, $2.9 billion. If Kaspa can do this cycle, what IOTA did 8 years ago, well, guess what? You would have 5x your investment, making you $5,255 with a 52-cent KAS. I think that's pretty realistic for this cycle if we don't have that nasty head and shoulders and breaking below this support level right around 9 or 10 cents. So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2. You know, Kaspa is competing in this layer 1 race, and there are many other layer 1s out there, but it wouldn't be unreasonable for Kaspa to do as well this cycle as some other layer 1s did last cycle. Like, for example, Solana was pretty popular last cycle, pretty popular this cycle. Let's say that Kaspa does do as well as Solana did last cycle. Again, that's not a very unreasonable target to hit for Kaspa if it does regain its enthusiasm. Now, if that happened, guess what? You would 26x your $1,100, making you $29,283 with a $2.92 CAS. How about that? Pretty freaking rad. And that's not even unreasonable. Let's start to get some unreasonable territory, shall we? How about this? Last cycle, Ethereum had a market cap of $559 billion. Now, I personally feel, and I could be way off bar here, but I personally feel we'll see a number of altcoins this cycle that have the same market cap that Ethereum had last cycle. It kind of goes back to that idea of expanding cycles theory. I believe that when Altseason actually occurs, we're going to have a big one. So, if Kaspa was one of those coins, well then, from that $1,100, you would 190x that $1,100, making you $209,863 with a $21 CAS. And I'm just curious, if we take a look at this chart right here, oh, it doesn't go up to $21, but I would imagine somewhere up there it would show that. So that would be scenario number 3. Unreasonable, but not outside the realm of possibility, which brings us to getting closer to outside the realm of possibility. As of yet, Bitcoin right now, $2 trillion market cap. Altcoins have not broken the $1 trillion barrier. They're all sitting there cowering in the corner saying, it's not possible, can't do it. Ethereum hasn't done it yet. Nobody's going to do it. But you know what? It reminds me of the story of the 4-minute mile. You know, for the longest time, people thought it was humanly impossible to run a 4-minute mile. And then one dude did it in 1 year, and 20 other people broke it that same year. How about that? Well, I have a feeling we'll see the same thing happen with altcoins. Once one of them breaks $1 trillion, could be Ethereum. I mean, it's halfway there. Could be some other ones. But as soon as one breaks $1 trillion, we'll probably see a handful of other coins break that $1 trillion market cap. And why not our friend Kaspa? Now, if Kaspa did do that, guess what? You would 341x your $1,100, making you $375,426. with a $38 CAS. Which brings us to our last scenario, which, granted, this is probably pushing the realm of possibility, but if you remember this, Kaspa, so far, the only crypto besides Bitcoin that follows a power law. Now, Bitcoin, $2 trillion market cap right now. It will continue rampaging. If Kaspa does continue rampaging on this power law like Bitcoin does for long enough, it only follows that we'll eventually get here. Maybe not this cycle, but maybe one in the future. But this is still on the realm of possibility, so clearly don't bank all your expectations on this. So, people speculate that this cycle, $10 trillion market cap is what we'll see for the total crypto market cap. And while we don't know how, if that $10 trillion estimate is accurate, could be higher, could be lower, what we do know is that back in 2016, 2017, Ethereum had the highest altcoin dominance ever, 32%. Now, if we take 32% of $10 trillion, that's $3.2 trillion, which theoretically could be the maximum altcoin market cap for this cycle based on 32% altcoin dominance and $10 trillion market cap. If that coin was Kaspa, like let's just say something happens, I make this video, people love it, Elon Musk says I'm behind it, Donald Trump says I'm behind it, and then it becomes like the national reserve, global reserve currency. Well, in that case, then you would 1,092x your $1,100 investment, making you $1.2 million with a $120 CAS. And in that scenario, guess what? Just $915 of CAS would make you a millionaire, which is essentially about 8,000 CAS or Kaspa coins. So, if you enjoyed that video, guess what? We've got a whole playlist of them right up there. As a matter of fact, we perfectly predicted the XRP price pump 4 months before it happened. Check out that first video right up there. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.